Okay, we're going to make some no-bake cheesecake. The 16 ounces of cream cheese, brick style, that's important, in the mixer. We're going to mix it until it's smooth and creamy. It's at room temperature. It's been at room temperature for a while now. Okay, now what we're going to do, we have a cup of sifted powdered sugar, and we're going to add that. And we're going to mix that until it's creamy. We're going to pause long enough to knock it down off of the sides because the sugar instantly went to the top. Again, this shouldn't take long, a minute or so, that's about it. Okay, then we have 2 teaspoons of lemon juice and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And once again, we're just going to stir that until it's mixed up. And then for our final ingredient, we have, whoops, I'm getting ahead of myself. For our final ingredient to this, we have 1/3 of a cup of sour cream, which I've also allowed to warm up to room temperature. And we're going to mix that in. And then the real final ingredient is 1.5 cups of heavy cream, which is cold. And we're going to put that in a cold bowl, and we're going to make whipped cream. We're going to beat the cream until we can form stiff peaks. Pretty much up to this point, everything that's gone in the mixer has been for flavor. This is flavor and body, and I'd say that's done. Definitely. Notice it's just barely drooping, even as big as that spike of whipped cream is. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our bowl off the mixer, and we're going to add the whipped cream by hand to our cream cheese mix. Now again, I want to point out that is brick style cream cheese. It is not the soft kind you can get in a tub. If you use that, your cream cheese is probably not going to set. And of course, if we're going to slice it into cream cheese pieces, we want it to set. My apologies because my overhead camera died and I can't really show you what's going on in this bowl. Maybe if I tilt it. What I'm doing is just slowly mixing the whipped cream into the cream cheese mixture. We don't want to get real rough with it. We want to do it nice and smoothly until it's all blended in and incorporated. This is a no-bake cream cheese, so what we do here determines what we have for final product. So we want it blended and smooth, which means as much as we can, we want a nice uniform color in it, because there is a difference in color between the cream cheese mix and the whipped cream, so you can kind of tell when it's blended. After this goes in the refrigerator and sets for about 4 hours, maybe even overnight, then I'm going to make the sauce that goes on the top, and in this case I'm going to make a raspberry sauce. Although I am thinking, because I'm making 2 6-inch cheesecakes, I'm thinking one of them might be strawberry. Okay, that looks pretty blended to me. So now let me get my graham cracker crust out of the refrigerator. This mix is enough for a 9-inch cheesecake, but I accidentally discovered that it's also about right for 2 6-inch cheesecakes. As I said, these will be going in the refrigerator to cool for at least 4 hours. A note on the crust is that it is regular graham cracker crust. That is 11 crackers and 7 teaspoons of butter, a tablespoon of sugar, and a tablespoon of brown sugar. We're going to level this off, and the crust can either be baked or not. I usually do bake it just because it makes it a little crispier, crunchier. But in this case, I did not. I'm going with totally no-bake cheesecake. I'm not even baking the crust. Now you can top this with anything you want. Usually I do a fruit like blueberry or strawberry. This will be my first raspberry, but I like raspberry, so I expect I'm really going to like this one. Anyway, you can also use just plain old whipped cream if you like. And that's all there is to it until they come out of the refrigerator and get their topping. So I'll be back much later to taste test this. And thank you for watching. Okay, I told you I'd be back for a taste test. I'm going to take a tiny piece of this because I had some earlier. And it's good, but it's rich, and it's bedtime, almost. There's our no-bake cheesecake. It's almost poetic. Now that I use my spoon to pick that up, I need another spoon to get my raspberry sauce. So I did a video on this raspberry sauce, and you probably want to check that out. I also did one on strawberry sauce, for those of you who don't like raspberries but do like strawberries. So let's take a taste. It has a much lighter texture than a baked cheesecake. It's also lighter in color. You can tell this is white, but it's really good, different good. I mean, I would eat this any day of the week, but it's not the same flavor as a baked cheesecake. If you're expecting that, you will be surprised, but you won't be disappointed, I don't believe. Anyway, thanks for watching.